Hey everybody, moletrap here. Game 3 of the Kyunnam Masters STX Cup from 2009. Basically a series of show matches for all the teams that were not in the playoffs. Just to kind of, well, actually Khan was in the playoffs, obviously. But, you know, just all the teams that were not in the finals, I guess. Actually, I don't know if it even goes up to the finalists. But it's just some random games, just to buy time in the break between seasons here. And most of the Pro League teams are taking a little bit of a break. Some of the players obviously having to focus on their individual leagues still. Some players having to focus on more than one individual league. Anyway, but yeah, so things going well. By the way, I mentioned earlier, well, I guess I'll mention first that this is Tempest versus Great, and this is on Andromeda. So, just off the top of my head, I'm expecting Great to win here. Great has been playing pretty well lately. He's been kind of in Khan's their starting lineup, basically. You know, kind of their number 2 batter, I guess, in a way. Excuse me. The Pro League format recently, they've required you to have at least one of each race in your lineup, and so some teams have been struggling to have a Zerg player, and that's why we've seen so much of Hyuk, despite the fact that he's not really a very good player. But some teams have had their Zerg step up a lot. Like Great here has been the Samsung's Zerg player because he's really stepped up his play. He used to be another mediocre Zerg player as well, but he's really kind of shown himself to be a real contender lately, and capable of facing off with even the best of players. So nicely done on his part for kind of forcing his way into the scene and making himself a force to contend with. Looks like he's going for a quick pull with gas here. Very quick pull. I didn't catch. It might have been a 9 pull, I think. 9 pull with gas. Probably on this map, we're probably going to see him go for a speedling rush and then switch over. Well, on any map, I guess, but it usually doesn't do a lot of good to go for all-in speedlings off one base. It's just ineffective because, especially when Tempest scouts you like he just did, then they're going to be able to defend it easily. So he's going to go for the speed upgrade now. He's just gotten barely enough gas to get the speed upgrade, and then he's transferred all of his drones back to minerals, so he can get the minerals as quickly as possible to get another expansion and get that extra hatchery and that sort of thing. It looks like he's going to try and chase down this probe, and the probe's going to be able to go around behind the minerals, but Great is going to be able to go around the minerals as well. Oh, he catches it, but no, not quite able to kill off that probe. He almost caught it in a surround behind those minerals there. Could have done some damage. But he's going to try and hunt down that probe and kill it off as quickly as possible, because if he can kill it off quickly, then it's not going to be able to see what else he's spawning out of his larva, because if the probe died and Tempest didn't know what was going on in that base, he needs to see what pops out of those eggs. He needs to see what pops out of those eggs. He's going to see what pops out of the base. It's probably Overlord because it's taking so long. Nope, there's some drones. I don't know if he saw them pop, though. Oh, is it going to squeeze back over? Oh, that probe's almost dead. It's got like one or two hits left on it. Oh, it's going to get a corner. Oh, it gets cornered. Oh, it finally dies. I don't know if you saw those drones, though. I don't think Tempest is going to worry too much about a quick attack either way, though. But theoretically, if he hadn't seen, and he's sending out a drone, actually, he's not going to go for his mineral-only expansion. For his third base, he's actually going to go and try and get a third gas very quickly at probably the 3 o'clock expansion, it looks like there, yeah. So he's going to get that base instead of going for his mineral-only with his base. A little harder to defend, but he's going to have to be really aggressive in order to basically defend it, to put Tempest on the defensive. But Tempest is still going to have the opportunity, if he scouts it, to move out with some zealots and do other attacks and that sort of thing. Anyway, if Tempest Tempest has to worry a little bit more about basically a run-by, which is what we see him doing right now, putting a lot of probes on his ramp, a lot of probes around his cannon. He's got 3 cannons at his door, because he doesn't know if Great decided to make extra Zerglings past those initial 6 or 8, because the probe died before it saw what hatched out of those eggs, and so he doesn't know if maybe 4 or 6 more Zerglings hatched, in which case he'd have a dozen Zerglings coming at him, in which case 2 cannons would not be enough, especially on their own without probes to back up or anything like that. So that's why Great was spending so much effort to try and kill off that probe scout, although Yeah, although there is also something to be said in leaving one Zergling on the probe and then attacking with the rest, or at least moving them out of your base, so that the Protoss has to think that you're going to attack quickly, so they have to put in an extra cannon a little bit quicker too. But anyway, that's all in the past now, and we see that Great has gotten his third base up now. He's going to be maybe transferring some drones over there. He may just produce drones at that location, depending on what his drone saturation is like. Getting his third base going, and it looks like he scouted a little bit of that tech as well with that Overlord, I think. I only saw that Overlord for a moment, and I didn't catch completely where it was, but I think he spotted the Citadel going down, so he's going to kind of know exactly what's going on here, kind of know what Tempest is up to. And Tempest now is going to be able to make a Corsair, and he's going to be able to scout what's going on as well. Probe Scout getting in. Whoa, almost got in. Not going to see the tech choice. Again, he's probably expecting this 3-hatch into Spire build, and then getting more hatcheries. And wow, so nicely done. So Great is actually going to get that third gas going a little bit early, and then normally you go for 3 hatcheries with the lair, and then get a Spire, and then excuse me, and then get a couple more hatcheries, and then you have the opportunity to either go for a lot of mutas, although usually you won't if you make those extra hatcheries. Although he's only made a 4th hatchery, so it's possible he might go for mutas here. He may have the spare minerals to go for mutas. He's got a lot of eggs morphing at all of those locations. He scouts it. Oh, and something was popping there. It was Scourge popping out. So he's not going to go for mutas. Actually, he's not going to go for a muta rush after all, which he could have actually been very, very successful with a Mutalisk rush. He may still actually, because the Templar Archives is probably just coming up. He may be able to get an Archon out in time now, but I think previously if he'd gone in, oh, Corsair!